Hello everyone and welcome to the second half of Jet Set Radio Bingo Season 2 Double Bill. For those of you just joining us, this is everyone's favourite extreme sport where both teams battle out for a shot at street stardom. Our first team are hotter than a heat gun and colder than a freezer, a team of fire and ice, Jakey and Jammy from Team the Apologists. And the other team battling it out contains some of the masterminds behind your favourite mods, including QuickSave, IGT2 and UCF. Remove this text if UCF isn't actually out yet. Team Modders featuring 7th Ace and Daft 7. But I'm going to hand it over to the commentators for this match. We have the pair that thought graffiti was a kind of warm chart. It's Twinkachoo and the Dilla.
Hello and welcome back. Long time no see, bingo enthusiasts.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so we're gonna get started in just a moment. Let me just check to make sure our players are ready. Yeah, so here we have the other match of the day. We've got the Modders, 7th Ace and Daft, and we've got the Apologists, Jakey and Jammy Pat. After an exciting first match today, let's hope this one holds up. Got a lot to live up to, but I'm sure it's going to be great. All right. So players are just getting everything sorted. I believe they'll be revealing the board in about a minute.
Right, what do you think about this sport, Twinkachoo?
Is it revealed for the stream?
All
right.
Yes, I believe it is.
Let's see. Let me look at my area breakdown. We've got row 4 is almost just a straight Kogane like block. Absolutely nothing in dark side, and then Shibuya areas are pretty stacked. That row 3 looking intriguing. Let's see. Yeah, so stacked-ish Shibuya and Kogane.
Yeah, not much in dark side. You're just having that Highway 0, left alley, Highway 0 tricks, SDPP pillar, and 2 99th Street souls. So definitely not a lot there.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Definitely. It doesn't mean that they don't have any value, though, because they could definitely be critical in setting up bingos later on into the game.
Yeah, we've got a couple, like, areas that have almost an entire bingo in them, which is always interesting to see. If you really, really push for those right away, sometimes they're viable, but also those are, like, the easiest kind of bingos to notice on the board. So
I think
sometimes they are too highly contested.
Yeah. I think we might end up accessing an early Dogen out of somebody. Dogen is kind of stacked this time around with with most of the defaults and quite a few soul pickups. Soul unlocks.
Yeah, for sure.
And they could also potentially spray Dogen graffiti at the same time. So much to do in that area right now.
I'd say we'll probably see one person from each team going to Dogen, or to Shibuya rather, and to Kogane, but who knows?
I definitely don't want to knock the Shibuya into Dogen play, though. That could be quite a game changer if somebody's able to pick all of those up uncontested.
Alright, players are going. We've got Ace and Jammy going into Dogen, Jakey going into Shibuya, Daft going into Shibuya. Everyone going for...
He's ignoring that Kogane and Dark Side.
Yeah. The good news is if everyone ignores it, nobody gets an advantage to it. At least right off the break.
And it looks like 7th Ace beats Jammy to that right of Street Soul. And
Jakey picking up Shibuya Cubby.
Daft is just about to pick up the Shibuya tape.
Let's see, what unlockables are in Shibuya? We've got Grind and Air, which are both fast. You root it right, you can unlock Air like on your way down from that tape, but I think you need a boost.
And it looks like Daft has done just that. After some mess ups, you finally got it unlocked.
Yeah, that Shibuya Air 3 is easy to unlock.
And it looks like Jake might be abandoning Shibuya right now. Nope,
Ace
he's
is
unlocking
going-
tricks. Around.
Ooh.
This is gonna be close, but it looks like Daft actually ends up beating Jakey to the grind soul.
Yeah. Ace is going for an early Dogen graffiti, and we've got the start of a row 3 bingo, which is that Shibuya heavy one. So Daft is presumably headed to Chuo to get that grind. Jakey is heading out to Kogane, hopefully to pick up FRZ Air, but also once Jakey is out there, they'll have advantage to everything.
I think going for this graffiti so early is kind of risky. You'll give up a lot of board control because of it, but it could pay off. Having the extra 2 points that a bingo gives.
Yeah, let's see. What is the other? The other graffiti on this board is sewers. So Dogen is definitely a preferable one to go for.
And I'm not sure how good Jakey and Jamie are at doing sewers, but
they're both pretty good.
And it looks like Seventh Ace actually missed part of the spray, jumping down to the isolated platform. And then he goes.
Might have been a tactical can strat. I don't know. I'm inclined to believe that everything that they're doing is a strat, but
and it looks like Jake is preemptively going into FRZ just to stop that row 3 bingo.
Yeah. Oh. Looks like let's see. The stream isn't able to see which squares are getting marked. That is not good. All right. Oh yeah, the score isn't updating either. All right. Certified Tech Wizard Days Bats is on it. Meanwhile, Modder is now 1 away from that row 3 bingo, but Jakey is in FRZ uncontested.
And it looks like he's going for 100 tricks unlock before going for that air ×8 unlock.
Yeah.
And it looks like Seventh Ace is cleaning up that Dogen graffiti, picks it up.
All right.
And
there we go.
maybe simultaneously picking up the Dogen special.
The score is currently 3-8. That early game soul rush from the modders worked out well, and then they have the graffiti. Also, having like a solid wall of squares right across the middle is good for board control. They're in a pretty good place.
Yeah, Daft just went out and sniped Jamie to just about everything in Shibuya other than that Cubby Soul.
You hate to see it.
And it looks like Daft is entering Hikage, looking to get that Tricks 55 and maybe set up that diagonal. With a bottom point air 4 and highway 0 left alley.
Let's see. Jakey is in sewers, headed to bottom point. What all is in bottom point? Yeah, Jakey heading out to Kogane this to block that bingo puts them in a really good place to just pick up everything in Kogane with such high priority.
And we're seeing Daft unlock that, doing the 55 tricks unlock. It looks like he's booming some of his tricks though.
Yeah, struggling a little.
See who gets to this Air 4 soul first. Jakey does have the advantage of getting into the area first.
Ace misses sexy fish. This is an interesting matchup of teams because you have Jakey and Jamie, who are both just super solid all-around players of the game, versus the modders, who are bingo powerhouse 7th Ace, and then Daft, who doesn't actually play the game all that often, but still knows a lot and has plenty of bingo experience.
And it like Jakey also, there was also Tricks 55 in bottom point that we missed. So it looks like Jakey has gone and picked that up, but he has been too slow to stop the modders from getting Air 4. So now what
Yeah.
Jamie needs to do here is get out of 99th Street and try to get to Highway 0 as fast as possible. Just to stop that diagonal bingo.
So there we go. Very smooth 99th exit. Yeah, what's the score looking like? 9-8. Apologists have pulled back ahead. And we've got that row 3 bingo is blocked.
Yep.
And now they're threatening the row 5 bingo.
Yep, Jamie just picking up entrance pillow. I want to see Daft, instead of going to Darkseid, I need to see Daft heading into RDH and trying to pick up those 2 RDH souls. And trying to cut off that bingo. And it looks like that might be what Daft is doing. He's going to have RDH to himself at this point.
Yeah. He needs to prioritize Rith to block that row 5 bingo from the Apologists.
And Rift,
I don't know if they're going for it.
Rith is a super fast unlock too, so it shouldn't be too hard for him to accomplish that. I would have liked to see him pick up the tape set before going to Rith, but this works out as well.
What are the RDH air? Yeah, if you pick up the tape before you talk to Rith, you can unlock souls like doing the movement sequence for her, which is pretty swag.
I want to see Daft, instead of going straight to this Rith unlock, he goes out of his way, picks up the tape, because that would just put him in prime position to get the Air 4 and chain the RDH special unlock off of talking to Rith. But alas, he does not. He's going straight for that Rith, just focusing on stopping that bingo. As we see the Windows screen of a computer.
I don't think Stream saw that. That was just us.
Oh, was that just us? That's fair.
Yeah. Stream doesn't see exactly what we're seeing.
That's fair.
Let's see. Jakey unlocking that air soul and will probably have priority to it.
He's also going to, it looks like he's also going to end up unlocking special too.
Yeah.
I think this was
Daft
a big
picks up
misplay
Rith.
by Daft to not also do these unlocks at the simultaneous time.
Yeah. But it was important to deny that bingo.
Yes, it was. So there's no bingos left on the board. I think at this point, once Daft sees RDH Air 4, oh wait, did he already? Yeah, now that Air 4 has been unlocked, we need to really see Daft just abandoning this and going into bottom point and unlocking Q.
Yeah.
Just pick
We've
up
still
that.
got the sewers graffiti on the board, which Ace is decently far ahead in. I think it's going to come down to that, honestly.
Looks like Team Modders might have realized the mistake. No, Daft is still going to get to the second level of RDH. Okay,
Yeah.
now he realizes what he needs to do. He's abandoning RDH, going into the Kogane sewers area.
And Jammy is coming from Darkseid, from Highway 0 specifically, I think. So Daft will have priority to Cube if he heads over there right away.
I think this might be a tie, Junkichu.
It can't tie without a bingo. There's an odd number of squares on the board.
Graffiti plus 2. You're right.
Yeah, you need a bingo to tie, which is why they're not particularly common.
They get. Oh, you're right. I can't math. Oh my God. Look
Don't
at this,
worry, I
like-
didn't. I had to like do the math for myself the first time I processed that too. Yeah.
Okay. Daft successfully sexy fishes down to cube, going to start that cube race.
Nice
in
job,
turn-
Daft.
And in turn, Polly end up securing the victory for the Modders.
Yeah. I think in order to win, the Apologists need the sewers graffiti. I think Cube is irrelevant because
Daft-
sewers
Daft-
graffiti brings them up to 40. Oh, so
Daft, please don't lose this race. Daft, we
oh, there's
believe.
another square on the board. That's what I'm missing. Oh,
Daft-
so everyone has abandoned RDH. That's what I was missing.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh no,
But
never mind.
Daft is
They picked it
losing.
up.
Oh, it hasn't reflected yet. That's weird.
Yeah. Tech issues.
Daft, don't lose to Q.
I don't know what's wrong with the score tracker.
Okay. Whew.
I'll yell at Ace about it later.
Okay, looks like Daft is finally overtaking Q. But Jakey is right on his heels. Jakey could actually end up beating him to this. Daft's movement not the cleanest here for this race.
Yeah.
Jakey is right on his heels. Any more mistakes by Daft could lead to a potential loss of this square. And the game.
Modders or Apologists have enough of a lead, I think, that even with Sewers Graffiti, they need this.
They do need the bottom point cube unlock. If they don't get this bottom point cube unlock, the Apologists win this game.
Yeah. If Jakey pulls this out, it's game.
And they're neck and neck.
Apologists.
Daft is really going to see these mistakes at the early part of the race, biting him in the butt. Just right on each other's tails. It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. It might come down to stream delay. I'm going to watch the bingo board. Yeah, our feed isn't exactly.
And it looks like Jake got it.
Picks it up. Yep.
The mistakes proving crucial at the end.
Yeah, so that's a loss for the modders. That's game. That was tense.
It was impressive to see the Apologists come back from such a hard beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully Daft doesn't lose confidence in this, getting sniped like that at the very end.
I think Ace is just about done with Sewers Graffiti, so they're probably going to play it out just for content. There we go.
That's the last spray. Sewers is done. Apologists take the first game, 15-14.
Oof. Give me just a second. Having minor tech issues with our bingo board reader.
Yeah, those mistakes might end up haunting Daft.
Alright, we are going to try just a new bingo sync thing. Alright. Let me resolve this minor tech issue. Everything is fine. We're all professionals here.
Big professionals.
Huge professionals.
Ace some days just looking at the stream like, why is my tracker not working properly?
I know. Ace says... let's see.
Are we just going to make a new room and see if that...
Yeah, I'm gonna see if that resolves anything. I'm setting up a new board or a new room for us right now. Make sure all the settings are all appropriate.
Fucking
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Nothing wrong here at all. Looks like Ace message posted a new bingo syncing for us.
No, that is this one.
Is it?
Just confirming the link formatting.
you are listening to is completely electronic.
Looks like Jake is
Alright.
practicing the bottom point movement.
Yeah, good call. Alright, I sent a link in the voice channel thing. Oh, I can't click things. I'm a spectator.
Oof.
Let me join this from another tab. Here. Oh, Ace Bats is here already. Alright, let's check this. Does this seem to be working better, Bats? Alright.
It's just like, why am I dealing with this? I just want to go to sleep.
Sorry, everyone.
I mean, we can. I mean, it won't be as exciting, but could we try just capturing the bingo sync board proper?
Oh,
and just-
yeah, no, we can totally do that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just we'll just have to let's just keep things moving. Just capture the bingo board directly, and then we can me and Shinguchu can just do the math on the fly.
Yeah, we can handle it. I promise.
I promise we are somewhat decent at math, even though I thought they could still tie.
Alright. It's not working for Ace either, which means it's actually just broken.
Oh, everybody moved to a new. Did Daft leave?
Okay. We are in the old room.
Oh, is there a new room? Let me connect to the new room.
No, I think we're just gonna keep using the old one. Okay, let me put the new board in. Alright. Just put this board in. I have to mess with the formatting. Okay, I've got the board, like, generated. I can just put it into either. Okay. Does that appear to be working?
No, not on the stream side at least.
Pain. Alright.
I just clicked one. Is it game marked? Okay. Oh, so
Alright.
you had to manually get that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's just kind of...
Alright. Let me put a new board in. Diller clicked a bunch of things.
Oh. Testing it, sorry.
It's totally fine. I have...
It's like I have dozens of boards prepared for this exact thing.
I have a generator.
So you have an infinite number of boards ready for this.
Oh, half the players aren't even here.
Okay, so we just go back to the old room.
No.
You're gonna dig this.
Alright. Getting everything reset with the players, and then we should be good to go again. I hope. Alright, now we're waiting on Taft.
That
Alright, well. While we're waiting for Daft, we can look at the board. I think it's already revealed to the stream. No, it's not.
I think so. It's a different board than on the
It
stream.
is. So the stream can't see it. There we go. Stream can see it now.
Sweet. Okay, I'm really liking this board. There's a lot of really fast graffiti, actually. Well, there's one
Yeah.
fast one, and then there's FRZ. And Hikage.
Hikage is long.
Hikage and FRZ, two super long graffitis, but you also have a really fast one in Shibuya.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at an area breakdown. Ooh. We've got relatively stacked Dark Side and Shibuya.
I think there's definitely a play where you start the Shibuya side and go into Chuo first. There's three
Yeah.
really relatively quick Chuo, or you might go center floating Hikage into Chuo.
Yeah,
There's-
having a stacked Shibuya area is always fun because there are lots of super quick and easy souls in that area.
You also have Hikage 300,000, and you have Dogen right up sweet. There's a lot of interesting plays that could be made here.
Alright, players have revealed the board.
So, Trickster, if you were playing if you were a team looking at this board, where would you go to first?
Ooh, I would likely head to the Shibuya areas first. Maybe for the Chuo or Hikage something. Yeah, probably Chuo is where I'd head first. I might also, with 2v2, you can send one person to Shibuya and send someone else out to Dark Side, maybe to like 99th. Oh, there's a lot of 99th actually.
I definitely think 99th Street is one of the ways to go. Okay, if you can easily chain that 99 points, 100,000 into air 4, air times 4.
Yeah, 99th it's a big area, but it's right next to garage. All right, players are going. Let me just How many 99s do we have? One,
We have
two,
four,
three,
five.
four, five. It's a lot.
But there is
Alright.
2 of them are light wall right. It looks like Jamie's going straight from 99th Street. Ace is going to beat him to 99th Street though. Daft and Shaky fighting for that Churo Hikage area with Shaky immediately going to Churo Street. It looks like Daft might be running straight to Hikage.
Yeah, so Ace and Jamie going for the fast 99, Jakey going to Chuo, and Daft going to Hikage. Those are all the areas we talked about. Good work, teams.
Jamie picking up the fast dark wall ride, but he is going to lose out on 2 of the souls, more than likely to Seventh who's already working on getting that 100k, and surprisingly doesn't unlock 4 times air at the same time. But he is unlocking it right here.
There's nice Air 4 unlock from Ace. Yeah. Jamie also getting the Air 4 unlock, but Ace has just a small enough advantage that I think they get to it first. Yes.
I'm expecting to see Seventh Ace immediately run over to Highway 0 here. Try to set that World 3 bingo and force their opponents into Churo, which would actually be weird that Daft didn't go to
Jakey
Churo.
is already there, so...
Yeah, true that. Oh, they might be setting up for that column 1 bingo. I don't know if they wanted.
Generally, what specifically Ace, but Ace and teammates do is really go for the early board control. Yeah, so Ace is sticking around in 99th, and Daft is in Shibuya. They don't usually rush bingos right away. They prefer to just pick up as many squares as possible.
That movement leaving light side was pretty smooth from 7th base. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah. Jakey is in Chuo. How much is in Chuo? There were a decent number there.
It looks like Jamie's trying to unlock special right now. What the? I just witnessed from 7th base.
Yeah, special isn't a particularly fast soul, but while they're in the area, can't hurt to go for it.
And it looks like 7th base is just going to end up leaving 99th Street.
Heading out further, maybe for Highway 0. The 2 Highway 0 ones are relatively quick. I mean, everything in Highway 0 is quick, but...
Yeah, you have
Daft
one
doing Shibuya graffiti early.
That's not super surprising. Shibuya graffiti is a relatively quick one. Usually you can accomplish it in about 2.5-3 minutes if you're doing the perfect route.
Yeah, significantly faster than the FRZ or Hikage graffitis that are on the board for sure.
Is Jake
is also...
No, Jake is not.
Yeah, they are going for a soul unlock of some sort, I would assume.
They're going into Dogen. Jake is going into Dogen. I was going to pick up that right of street.
Yeah, that makes sense. The only soul unlock in Shibuya is 13 platforms.
And as we expected, we see 7th base in Highway 0 going for that tape pickup. Then he's immediately probably going to turn around and picking up that default.
Jake picks up right of street.
It's interesting to note that we're in Hikage, Daft elected not to pick up the tape or try to go for 300,000.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder what all on the board they were going for.
Yeah. I'm highly intrigued by Daft's routing choices here. But I'm completely...
Is he abandoning
It looks like he's going into something else. Was he pre-spraying to do Hikage? I do not agree with this decision to pre-spray and then abandon.
Yeah, Shibuya is short enough that abandoning it does leave it vulnerable for someone else to take. But
it might be a choice to stop that column 5 bingo.
Yeah, that is entirely possible.
But in doing so, I think doing this is a huge mistake by MODDURS. They should have continued that Shibuya unlock.
Jake is just starting, so if Daft does this efficiently, and depending how much he has done, he can probably still come back to Shibuya and finish it, but
think
he's
done
really
enough.
got to hurry.
He hasn't done enough. And as I said, Shibuya's way too fast of a graffiti square to just parcel it and leave.
Yeah. It depends. Jammy is in Kibo. What all is in Kibo? Oh, there are plenty of things. We've got air and grind, and then 2 defaults. We've got Under Tower and the upper platform at end, which is the 2 World Soul. Jamie going for fence jump. Once again, so season 1. Although Jamie might be on emulator. I know they play on emulator sometimes, so I don't know.
See, he's
But
banning
also-
and just going normal.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
I mean,
with
Kibo Under Tower is on the board, so actually going for fence jump or for the stall launch will get you too far. It'll take you past the soul.
Looks like we're seeing 7th Ace abandoning the dark side. He's now entered RDH, probably going into the sewers area.
Jake
Now that I
making
know-
good progress on Shibuya.
Yep, Jamie picking up that under tower soul. Now Modders knows where Jamie is. I'm expecting to see 7th Ace go into FRZ here. Actually, I don't know.
Players are currently tied on squares, so nobody establishing a huge lead yet. What do we even have in terms of bingo potential? The Apologists have that row 5, although it requires Hikage spray and Shibuya 13 platforms, which are both kind of a pain.
It looks
Modders
like
could go for that row 4.
Jake
Apologists
has
could go for row 2. Nothing
Yep,
super obvious jumping out though.
Daft restarting Shibuya Graffiti, but he's 11 sprays down. It's not going to be enough. Jakey is going to take this square relatively soon, with the majority of the last sprays he needs being those buses. So, definitely still not in agreement with the decision to abandon this Shibuya Graffiti in the first place.
Yeah. Daft didn't know where on the board Jake was, I don't think. Let me look at the
No, he
square mark
didn't.
history.
Because the
Yeah,
last thing...
Jake was in the Shibuya areas, so like maybe could have figured it out, but sniping happens. It sucks when it happens to you, but it makes for good bingo content. And
They-
that's Shibuya Graffiti for Jake.
See how Daft reacts to this, where Daft decides to go now that he's lost the Shibuya Graffiti. I think at this point in the game, I might like to see him just start that Hikage Graffiti. It's a long one, but at this point, they really need the graffiti squares to get back into this game and stop that row 5 bingo.
Yeah.
You could have elected to do 13 platforms first.
13 platforms is a decision for sure. I think it makes sense to want to prioritize graffiti right now because it's worth more points, and the modders are down on points
That is,
because of that Shibuya graffiti. Yeah,
Yeah.
11 to 7, I believe.
and I don't know how experienced Jake or Jamie are to the Hikage Graffiti route, so if Daft gets a big enough lead, he might just be able to take it.
Both of them are totally solid on graffiti, on all of or most of the graffitis in the game, but Hikage is a level where having a lead is very much helpful because it's a lot of sprays. It's not like as big an area as some of the other routes in the game, but
And we see 7th Ace in FRZ doing those unlocks. Out to pick up Air 8. It'll be interesting to see. Neither team, I think, has started the graffiti.
yeah,
It looks like Jake is
Jake.
actually starting the graffiti now.
yes.
See, interesting. I
Also a
don't-
long graffiti. Depending how long it takes for Ace to get this soul, Jake might get all the head start they need.
I'm confused on Ace's pathing to the soul. Maybe he forgot where it spawns?
Yeah, I don't know. I know Ace isn't always the most familiar with FRZ because a lot of their like late game experience comes from Rando, and you don't do FRZ in Rando, but also Ace is a competent JSRF player, so who knows?
It's like, Yeah, it looks like Ace has figured out where it spawns now and is just picked it up. I don't believe he started any of FRZ graffiti. Be interesting to see if he starts it. Oh, yeah, no, he has started some of it. Electing to leave instead of finishing off that spray, not having any knowledge of JK being in this area.
Yeah, no. They have no idea where Jake is. Daft is making decent progress on Hikage graffiti. I believe this is the rightmost room, almost all the way done, which is the hardest part of the Hikage graffiti.
And what I want to see Ace do here is, oh, it looks like Jamie going for the, oh, he recovers low. Trying to go for that center structure jump.
Yeah, Ace going for the center structure jump and missing it.
7th Ace going for the Kibo, the half pipe jump onto the second level.
What? Oh,
he's about to.
Is it just the grind one? The grind one is quick.
It looks. Oh.
There we go. Jamie picks it up.
7th Ace missing. Jump is abandoning.
That's fine. There wasn't anything else in sewers. They wouldn't have wanted to climb up anyways. And also leaving right away gives them an advantage to another area, but they're heading back to FRZ. So,
realizing how important these splash sprays are.
Oh, Jake is abandoning FRZ.
Yeah. Pretty surprising to see. I think so far
they're rushing the row 5 bingo. I think maybe Daft has a head start on that graffiti though, so
Daft has a lot of graffiti time in this area. I just don't think it's really enough. The Apologists have gone too much board control. They have too many squares. This game.
The Apologists? No. Okay. This. Oh wait, that's a way larger score difference than I realized.
Yeah, it's 6. They're 6 points behind. I don't think that the MODDURS can come back. Especially
if they get both graffitis, that's 6 points. But
I'd agree with you if they were being contested in these graffitis, but neither of the Apologists are doing these graffitis right now. Electing to get board control squares, I think this game is over in terms of points. Just to see cleanup now.
I don't think it's over yet. Yeah. Yeah. So, by not doing, I think
I just see
Jake is very good at like awareness of win conditions. So let's see. Basically, I'm assuming that they've realized that they don't need either graffiti to win. If they get all of the remaining souls, they win.
And 7th Ace also realizing this fact, leaving FRZ, we see Daft falling to the bottom of center room Hikage, not getting all the sprays at the top, having to make that climb again.
He's still uncontested, he's fine. But it is a time sink for sure.
And it looks like Jake is now attempting again to unlock 13 platforms, potentially falling down the first time. I didn't see.
Ace is rushing out to Dark Side, where there is Sky Dino and SDPP. Jamie is in SDPP currently.
Jakey has unlocked 13 platforms, but failed to pick up the soul, I believe.
Yeah. Where is Jamie going? Oh, okay, that's where points is. Never mind. Ace needs to correctly predict what Jamie is doing, essentially. If, nope. They are rushing for the tape.
But Daft was more than likely to stop this row 5 bingo, just so far ahead in the graffiti. I don't think that they are capable of coming back from a 32 graffiti deficit.
Jake is now partialing Hikage. We've got a lot of indecision from the teams going on right now.
At this point, they must have realized by now that more than likely Daft has been spraying graffiti this entire time.
They don't know which graffiti Daft's been working on, though. He could have been working on FRZ.
At this point, though, sadly, the game is over. With the maximum points Mars can get if they get every single a weird boost by Dak. The maximum points Mars can get at this point is 15, putting the Apologists with the win at 15 points.
Yeah, that was a confusing one.
Daft wasting tin cans on an already Pepe cans.
This area of Hikage isn't that bad. There's the billboard at the top with all of the cans. It's really just the right room. Yeah, and there are these blues all the way up, especially if you're not doing Hikage.
I still think it's ill-advised to do that boost, especially when you could have just used those cans to spring that alley preemptively. Not having enough cans to get this small, and missing the billboard medium.
It's very hard to get that medium and also get all the sprays.
Yeah,
it's not very hard, but it's not easy either.
Not one you want to go into with no cans.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
how is Jake doing? Daft has enough of a head start that there's no way he loses this, but
I think Daft
see how much Jake has caught up.
Unless he sprayed it when he did 55. Was 55 tricks on this board?
Yes. I think.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, wait. No, yeah, it's only 300k. I think Daft actually ended up missing the small that's in that cubby where 55 trick spawns.
Yeah.
Not realizing
he's making good use of his map, though. So if he's missing it, he'll realize.
Yeah, he's realized his mistake. He's making the climb again.
Yeah.
I haven't seen what Jakey's graffiti count is, but I believe that Daft should actually still end up taking this, even with this.
Yeah,
mistake.
Jake hasn't done the middle room yet. Daft is at somewhere in the 40s. Jake is in somewhere in the 20s or 30s.
And
so
we see Daft unlocking 55 tricks as he gets up there.
25 versus here he's about to spray.
Yeah, Daft only having this final alley to spray down. He's probably going to run into a canish you'll need to potentially leave and character swap.
There are enough alleys to fuel for this boy. It'll be fine.
I'm confused. Maybe I'm...
Yeah, so those are his last two sprays. He just needs to pick up some more cans.
There's no way that he loses this spray at this point.
Yeah.
Still needs about 4 or 5 more cans, I believe. And then he should have
the Sky Dino Soul that Ace and Jammy were vaguely going for picked up by Jammy. So now it's just FRZ Graffiti, which I think Ace has advantage to, but the game is over anyways. Yeah. Strong performance from the Apologists. I know they were kind of the team I was like most curious to see how they work together, because both of them are super solid in general game knowledge and like gameplay, but with a little less bingo experience than a lot of the other teams.
I think that this is a great bounce back from their week 1 loss to the Cheetos.
Yeah.
They showed extreme promise in game 2 of that match as well. So they're just continuing on that development of performing as bingo players.
Yeah.
I definitely think that this loss by the MODDURS is partially attributed to maybe a potential lack of practice for Daft and Sundays not working together for super long.
I have mentioned before that the teammate situation has been a little complicated. So, there are some other circumstances at play, but we've also seen a really excellent performance from the Apologists today.
Ace losing his first teammate to them dropping out, and then
Ace has gone through 2 or 3 teammates at this point.
Picking up Daft like a week before the tournament has started.
Yeah.
And then Daft having to real life
ultimately bingo is about the friends we made along the way. It's about as long as everyone is having fun. It's really the goal here.
That is the succinct way to put it, I believe.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some. Alright, how much of this FRZ graffiti does Ace have done? I know they have a head start on Jake for sure.
22 to 19, I believe. 23.
Oh, less of a head start than I would have thought.
Yep. Jamie, right on the toes of Ace Bat of 7th Ace. I don't know how much Jakey has
22.
done. 20.
Jakey at 20. This is fun. Which apologist is better at Hikage, or not Hikage, FRZ graffiti?
Well, I think Jake does have the advantage of pre-spraying some of it.
Yeah. So does
But-
Ace, though. We've got a three-way graffiti race, except 2 of the people are on the same team.
And then we see Daft Robot dancing in Hikage, claiming his victory. I think a huge equalizer for the FRZ graffiti is the mazes that 7th Ace is doing with such finesse and skill.
Yeah. The mazes can really just ruin your whole day. I have seen players go in with like a 20 spray lead and then get mazed and ruin all the fun.
I definitely have experience of that happening to myself, not really knowing the mazes too well.
Yeah, the mazes are... FRZ is one of those areas that it isn't too hard a route if you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, you are so screwed. Especially as one of the areas you get exposure to in any percent. You really need some either bingo or like full game category experience. Or actually, it's modified from the IL route, the bingo route, so experience with that's good too. That's one of the things I love about bingo is just how much, like, all of the different kinds of game knowledge can become relevant.
Yep. And we see now 7th Ace picking up this middle area.
Yeah, we saw...
Still maintaining a spray lead over Jakey and Jamie, respectively.
Jakey is in the mazes and seems to be doing alright. Moving a little slowly, but better to move slowly than miss a spray and to have to do it again.
Looks like 7th Ace ran into some can issues, but he was able to recover, get some cans, and get one of the most random sprays that this game has ever had to offer at the same time.
Yeah.
See,
there are some blues up there. Good call, Ace.
Ace is now
34
no issues with cans.
To... See, Jakey's at 34.
Oh, this is relatively close.
Ace is
39.
at 39.
It's out of 40.
It's gonna come down to routing, I think.
Is it 47 or 42?
Movement.
I think it's 47,
40.
right?
Yeah, 47. I don't know if Ace got the sprays at the bottom first, but they might just have those left to go.
I think he has that, and he might have the ones inside the tape room if he didn't pre-spray those.
I assume that they got them.
Yeah, but I see the sprays in the distance. He has sprayed that. He's going to now do, I think, Clip
So it's
Soul
just
maybe?
the bottom. Yep.
He has-
So Jake actually in the same place, but Ace has a tiny head start here.
Yep. 43 sprays for Ace. I'm expecting to see 7th Ace win this graffiti race by a tiny bit, just because of his pre-spray efforts.
Yeah, shout out to the best IL for the Jet Graffiti.
I hate this effort. I hate this IL. It's
I
pain.
love this IL.
I think my best hit was like a 220. It's awful.
Let's see.
And it looks like we're just seeing 7th Ace picking up these last 2 small graffitis.
Yeah, this is mostly the any percent blue devices route. Slightly modified.
Jakey just 3 sprays behind, but it's not going to be enough. Ace making the final climb to the final graffiti, which will end our match, with the Apologists beating the MODDURS by 17 to 14.
Yeah.
A highly impressive victory today by the Apologists, making a score.
That was an entertaining one for sure.
I definitely don't want to count the MODDURS out. They made some great plays, especially at the beginning of rounds. They just weren't able to sustain that effort throughout the entire thing.
Alright. Time to generate a new board. I should have done.
Wasn't this game 2?
Was this game 2?
Wait, is this game 2 or game 1? This is game 2, right? I'm pretty sure this is game 2.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. I thought it was.
Like,
And I
yeah,
was
we
like,
had
no, wait,
it's
I'm
because
wrong.
it's because we had the huge tech issues. That's why you got confused with the two.
That was in the middle. Okay, I couldn't remember if that was
Yeah.
before or after.
So, Jake and
To be
Jamie,
fair, for me, this is game 6.
that's her. So, Jake and Jamie, congratulations on a very dominant victory today over the Modders. You guys
Very
have 80 points.
Hold on
It
a minute.
wasn't very dominant.
One square. Get this. Get this.
These were very close games.
Yeah, those were both pretty close. Nice job, Apologists. Good teamwork.
They were dominant in my eyes, don't worry, y'all.
It was not that dominant.
It wasn't that dominant.
I don't care what happened with FRZ at the end. I thought that square would get milked a lot sooner.
Exactly. That was the whole point. So I did a FRZ Air 8 and go, okay, they're gonna be scared because I'm gonna be an FRZ and they think, oh, Ace is gonna go do FRZ, so I'm gonna go elsewhere. So I left the hell out of FRZ all the way to the dark side, only to have both souls just kind of gobbled out from underneath me, to run all the way back to FRZ, to then go and complete it with a 15 square head start. So, or spray head start. So that was the issue, was I basically just had to make the YOLO play to try and steal those squares out from under dark side, to have a chance at winning, as opposed to just ending FRZ and conceding dark side.
You did get me with that FRZ thing. I figured that you had gone through the graffiti route up to the tapes, and then gotten the soul from there. So I left immediately.
Exactly. You played right into my hands.
Yeah, and then Jeremy had my back and sniped you.
And then I just got beat everywhere else. But I waffled around a little bit, which cost me some time, but I don't think it ultimately cost me anything other than Sky Dino. I was also trying to do a fancy Sky Dino route that I need to recheck up the Death Warplanes on.
Yeah. Lots of good plays from everyone today. Very exciting.
So
That's a very
very
long
good
time in
games.
Hokage.
What was that,
What?
Jake?
Daft spent a very long time in Hokage.
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
He sure did.
I went in and out of it 2 differently. I went had 3 different trips. I mean, at no point did I go further than Shibuya, but
Did you go for Shibuya Graffiti?
He did.
yeah, I did for a while.
So,
Yeah.
so an issue is that we partialed Shibuya Graffiti, and then went to Hikage to block 300k points, and that conceded Shibuya Graffiti. And I wasn't sure which one you would go for, Jake, or whoever was in that area.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
it
there.
was Jake. And so I just kind of took the wager that you'd be going for the points, and then
I hate Hokage points. That soul sucks.
Hmm?
I hate Hokage points.
It is a shitty soul.
Yeah, so that was my kind of wager, and I ended up paying for it severely. So
In Bingo, Hokage points is the only Hokage soul you have to go to all 3 directions for.
I think I lambasted that decision doing the comms, to be fair.
thanks.
No problem.
Diller is not a nice commentator. He's so mean to all of the players.
I'm not mean.
Diller,
It
when
ma-
you
it's
lose against
entertaining.
some- Help me, there'll be some fucking reclamation in the commentator's booth
Wait, what happened?
whenever you lose a game.
If.
Oh no, 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 no. When? Next week.
Dominus.
Oh yeah, it's Someface and Daft versus me and Krabby next week.
Yep, I'm sure that'll be a great, even, super fair, competitive match. We're gonna
I'm sure it'll be me and Daft fighting, and then Krabby and Someface fighting, and then Someface doing his mind games to confuse me and Krabby.
Hell yeah. Hey, Grabby.
Alrighty.
And on that bombshell, that concludes tonight's Jet Set Radio Future Bingo Double Bill. And remember, whether your favourite Banjo-Kazooie collectible is a Note, Jiggy or Jingo, everyone is welcome at Jet Set Radio Future Bingo.